show. Check it out. You could do a lot worse.
Oh, you're my classmate, and we go to the school where we learn how to break stuff? Let's fight.
There's an angry guy who's really angry all the time. We gotta battle him.
It's like an Irish bar fight. You're from one town over, so I hate your guts. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Anime Summit Podcast, where we tell you why demigod fox gods are the best roommates. Because pampering and fluffy tails and cooking for you when you get home after long days of work. I'm your favorite host, Sam the Bomb, and with me is Nickel and Tuesday.
What do we say to death?
Nick's Basket.
No, Sam, you're supposed to say not today.
Oh, not today.
God damn it. All right, start over. Shout out to Arya, the MVP, no spoilers.
I've never seen Arya, so how would I know?
Dude, the best part. No, not Arya the animation, but also shout out to that. Also take a drink. Game of Thrones.
Oh,
Arya, start.
I don't watch Game of Thrones. Not that
Dude,
that matters.
She was putting up triple doubles all day.
I know it's a great show. I just don't watch it.
Best part about Game of Thrones is like watching the Bill Simmons pod where he compares it to basketball.
Mm-hmm.
It's the funniest fucking shit.
I'm just sick of all the people who like, and I used to be one of those people where they're all like, I don't watch Game of Thrones because, and they act kind of.
You're still one of those people.
No, because I understand now. Because like, I'm that way with Evangelion. Like, there's people out there with who like. They're like, Evangelion is stupid and convoluted and trifling ass bullshit. And I'm like, dude, shut up. You're not interesting because you've never seen Evangelion. You know what I mean? Like, so I kind of feel.
Maybe you should watch Game of Thrones, Sam.
I mean, I'm just not into it.
Just watch the first 4 seasons and call it good. That's all you need.
Okay.
It gets kind of Hollywood after that. It gets a little Marvel.
I'm just not into it. Like, it's not, doesn't mean it's a bad show. It's
obviously
a good show.
Have you ever tried having good taste? Have you ever tried having good taste?
No.
All right, well.
Look, Game of Thrones and they're doing just fine without me. Like, it doesn't matter that I don't watch
I never said you had to buy it.
They're doing just fine with their viewership. It's obviously a good show. I just not into it. And that's not a big deal. I don't care. I don't care if you're into it. Because I feel that. I feel Game of Thrones fans, they probably get pissed every time they hear someone go, am I the only person who doesn't watch Game of Thrones? It's like, okay. No, speaking of which, though, like, I'm waiting for Avengers Endgame people to come on and be like, am I the only one not excited for the new Avengers movie? I watched it last night. Holy shit!
They played us like a damn fiddle. I went to see Endgame, and they played spoilers for Endgame. Dude, that's the funniest shit.
I saw that. I was laughing so hard. Yeah, dude, no, and it's crazy. But, yeah, no, dog, like... Later, we're going to do spring first impressions. That's right. That's what's up. So, like, the past, like, 3 seasons or so, we changed it up and we do 2 first impressions and then a review at the end of the season. It's way easier to do. It's much better than having a mid review.
Yeah, and plus we review fewer shows.
Yeah, plus
we're only doing about 16.
It lets us, it's able, like, it doesn't make us feel pressured to watch 20 plus first episodes. Instead, we can watch the first 3 of like 12 shows, then ones that we know are going to be like relevant. So that's how.
This week was even easier because 2 of them were shorts. We didn't even realize.
Which I didn't even realize. Yeah, until like yesterday.
Well, they're like half episodes, but
actually,
so essentially we covered about 7.
I didn't realize until Senryu was a short till today when I was watching it at work. But anyway, that's what's up. So we're going to talk about that. But first, we're going to take a quick break. Okay, thank you for that. Check that out, okay? So, that being said, let's get into spring season, shall we? Waifu and Husbando, huh? Anybody?
Oh, I will volunteer my waifu. Nanako Yukishiro. That's the girl from Fruits Basket, right?
No.
Wait.
That's
no.
the girl from Senryu Shoujo.
That's the girl from Senryu Shoujo. You picked the guy from Fruits Basket. I had them mixed up. I was looking at the wrong part of the show sheet.
So we should have put the Saturday. We should have put the shows. But yeah, no, Nanako Yukishiro from Senryu Shoujo.
Yeah, that's a great little show. She's a girl who can't talk good because she gets her words mixed up and fumbles. So she writes haikus.
I can't talk so good. Yeah, dog.
And she's very kawaii.
Husbando, I put Kiyosoma because he's Fruits Basket best boy. Fight me.
Which one is that? Oh, that's the main guy.
He's a cat. He's a cat face. He's the 13th.
Wow, so the Mal still has the old character designs for the picture profiles.
Change it.
I'm
Change
like,
it right
who the
now,
hell are
Mal.
these people?
Who's this bug-eyed guy?
I've never seen the old Fruits Basket. I'm a Froob noob.
See, me and Danny have seen it because we know it's good.
I'm going to keep referring to myself as a Froob noob whenever
Throughout
I
this episode.
Schlub up.
Throughout this season. You gotta change your Discord name to Froob Noob.
That's pretty good, actually.
Froob Noob
Nickel and Tuesday is perfect.
Yeah, that's true. You gotta keep your Discord name as a show reference, a show title.
Maybe
reference.
that could be my title, Froob Noob.
Froob Noob Nickel and Tuesday. Froob Noob Nick
with admin privileges.
Shout out. So yeah, Nick, of course, went down the malice like he always does. Makes a awesome sheet and lays it out for us. Goes every other, starting from the top on the seasonal page. So we got 8 shows here, and we're just going to go down and give our first impressions. We watched 3 episodes of each show, just like we always do. Well, most of the time we do. There are some times where we...
From now on, we always do it.
yeah, we try to anyway. Like, I know sometimes we scramble a little bit. That's okay. But, yeah, let's get into it, dog. The first show...
Little known ditty
One Punch
called
Man.
Wapama or One Punch Man. Studio JC staff instead of Studio, was it Madhouse last time?
Yeah.
So JC staff is well known for their mediocre animation, and also somehow they've made a lot of classic shows and current shows that are popular, like Food Wars, very popular show, but if you pay close attention, the animation isn't that good. Bunch of other stuff too. I believe they did Danmachi, which I think Danmachi had better animation than most of their shows. They did Toradora, a lot of stuff. But yeah, everyone's upset because One Punch Man isn't going to have the godlike animation that the first season had, and in fact, it's like decidedly very pretty mediocre this season so far. I think they're probably just gonna do the thing where they save up all the animation for the battles. So, it is what it is, right?
I mean,
it kind of sucks.
I'll tell you what, because I did an opinion piece on it on one of my newscasts like a month ago, on how like changing studios is like that's like a bad choice situation. And I kind of shit on One Punch Man a little bit about it, because going from Madhouse to JC staff is just kind of like. It's really funny because, like, just like a couple weeks ago, I think it was Sen or somebody else, or maybe it was Young Blaze. They posted in our Discord. They posted a animation studio tier list. It's like a picture, and it had like the studios in different tier brackets.
And it was just like completely wrong too.
Yeah, some of it was jumbled, but some of it I kind of agree with. We should do a whole topic on that. Anyway,
another studio will be at the top.
Don't want to go into a tangent there, but like, it wasn't. Watching the first 3 episodes, it wasn't that bad, but there is a very noticeable difference, and like,
oh yeah,
even like the art style and the way it's drawn.
Yeah, they changed. Genos looks way different. Like they changed his face.
His head's like bigger, like his hair's bigger. Like it looks weird.
Yeah, he has like a more he has like a more narrow face or something.
Yeah.
It looks kind of bug-like. But, I mean, to be fair, he's getting robo upgrades, so we'll just go with that. That's the canon explanation.
Yeah, that's the canon explanation.
He's going to the doctor and be like, bro, upgrade me. I got to fight my senpai.
Make me slender so I can go quicker,
Yeah.
I don't know.
But, I mean, the basic gist of One Punch Man, if you've been living under a rock for the past 3-4 years, is Saitama is the yellow-clad cape bald guy, and he defeats every enemy with one punch. Thus the title, One Punch Man. and it's pretty funny. It's kind of like a parody on these shonens where it's like, what would happen if you got so bored of fighting your enemies? Like it was too easy to defeat them. Like, how would you deal with that? And then of course all the other characters are super serious, but a lot of them don't realize how strong he is, except for Genos.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Subudi, what's her name? The green-haired, blue-haired girl?
Yeah, the tornado.
Tatsumaki.
Doesn't
everyone call her like Subudi or something?
She got booty, you know what I'm saying?
Anyway, so yeah, that's the basic gist. Second season, it's like a new like mini arc, I think. I haven't read the source material. I don't know if Sam has.
I have not read the manga, no. I know it started as a web manga at first, and then...
Yeah. And Saitama is going around, like, he's helping this guy who's like a fake hero. Like, he gets saved by Saitama, and everyone thinks he's the one who did it. What's his name? King. Yeah, King. He's got like a scar on his face, and all he does is like play video games, and he's a NEET. And so Saitama's helping him. Genos is fighting, and it's kind of an introduction. It introduces the bad guy Garo, who is taking out heroes. He's kind of like Stain a little bit, except more comedic, because One Punch Man is more comedy than anything, I would say.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Fubuki. I was looking at the wrong girl. Not Tatsuma. Fubuki, right?
That's Fubuki's her sister, her older sister, yeah.
Oh, that's a different person.
Yeah.
Okay. Same, whatever. Same thing.
They both got green dresses. They both got, like, weather shit, yeah.
Yeah. They both got the booty.
They both got the booty.
Yeah, it's really funny, though. Like, Saitama's playing video games with King, and he's, like, breaking the controller and stuff, and it just, like, the little pieces of dialogue. It's funny and silly, and then in episode 3, it turns out he's going to enter into a tournament, so there's going to be, like, a tournament arc, apparently, which is cool. I want to see how that plays out when he just defeats everything in one punch. It's just going to be like... It's going to be like Vegeta punching the meter in Dragon Ball Z, where he, like, blows it up.
Yeah, it goes through 50 walls and blows up, yeah. It's like, oh, okay, well, next year, let's just let them in the tournament. We don't have to do this every year. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, nah. Yeah, I'm excited. I don't know. I'm still going to watch it because I want to know. You know what I mean? I love One Punch Man. I think everyone's going to watch it just because if, you know, you're a One Punch Man before, you're going to watch it. So it's like, I don't know. It's not that bad. Some of the fight scenes, like the one with when Genos was fighting Speed of Sound, when he like came to the door, their apartment, and Genos fights Speed of Sound outside. That fight actually didn't look that bad. It was pretty cool. It wasn't terrible. You can tell they're trying really hard to kind of keep that smooth animation in the fight scenes.
Yeah, they save it all up.
Yeah, it's still not as good as...
Yeah, they don't have, like, the Utapon cubes.
Yeah.
Or the Itano firework, or Itano... You know what I'm talking about. The Macross thing, where, like, you got a million, like, bullets flying across the screen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rockets.
Yeah.
Itano Circus, that's it. I don't think they even had that in the first one, but they probably had a moment there.
I mean,
anyway,
just like all you gotta
but
think
that type
about
of
is
animation.
In the first season, all you gotta think about is the Genos versus Saitama fight, and it's like, okay, like, you know what I mean, like that for real, like that fight.
Oh yeah, when he's like he punches like around Genos and it like blows up a canyon.
Yeah, and he's like, all right, let's go get food. I'm hungry.
Yeah.
What? You don't like udon? Like.
He gets like super serious and ripped, and then like the next panel, he's just like this dopey looking,
yeah,
like Osamatsu looking dude. Like
he taps him on the head, and he's like, "All right, let's get udon. I'm down a clown."
Yeah,
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the second season started pretty good. I like this. I like it, man. I like it. I like it.
I like it. I'm gonna keep watching.
Sue me.
And shout out to Hulu for doing like because I got it. They premiered it a day early, which is sick. So I got to watch the first episode and I got Hulu. So Hulu's dope. Shout out to Hulu. So I can watch One Punch Man on Hulu. So let's get it. What else we got? Number 2. Wait, hold on.
So the number 2 show that we skipped over every other is Kimetsu no Yaiba, or Demon Slayer, or Blade of Demon Destruction. This is a Studio Ufotable work, which is Studio Ufotable is, or Ufotable, or however you pronounce it. They are known for the Fate series. They did the type moon works with, what was it? Garden of Sinners. That's the other one they're known for. They're very well known for the particle effects that they put into all of their shows. That's like these crazy light shows and special effects looking animations.
Yeah.
They're also known for having characters with dead eyes, which is funny to me. But yeah, this show is basically taking place in like kind of like a warring states period of Japan, like near somewhere around the Edo at the end of that, with like the samurai falling away, and there are man-eating demons lurking in the woods. There's a boy whose family is attacked and killed, and the boy's name is Tanjiro, or Kamado Tanjiro. He finds his whole family slaughtered, and except his sister is like not quite dead. She's only mostly dead, as they would say in Princess Bride, but she's like part demon too. So he's like trying to save her, and ends up running into this other samurai dude who fights them. He's trying to like slay the girl as the demon, because if the demons feed on human flesh, basically. That's kind of the basic gist of it. And the boy eventually starts training. He saves his sister. It's kind of a cool battle in episode 1, and they start training, and he's learning how to be a better swordsman. And that's about as far as we've gotten in 3 episodes.
That's like, it was because like you read the synopsis, right? And it's just like, oh, cool, another feudal Japan revenge story with demons and shit and swords. But it's like, no, dude, the main character, this is why it's cool. Tanjiro is, he's kind of just like a young kid. How old is he? I don't even think they even say. But like,
probably teen, give or take.
Yeah, like 14, 15 maybe. He's a young kid he's just he's a compassionate, regular kid. And he sees this horror, and as much as like he wants to avenge his family and turn his sister back to a human, he's not consumed by like bloodthirsty revenge. You know what I mean? Like he is just like this regular kid who's compassionate, but he's like down to clown to put his life on the line to turn things around. And it's like, it's kind of badass. It kind of reminded me of Midoriya. Like Midoriya is like this kind of really goofy, shut-in kind of compassionate kid who is like, he'll put his life on the line for you if he has to. But when he turns badass, it's like really badass, because he's not like that often. And I kind of imagine there's going to be a moment in this anime where that happens, where like he just goes like full on berserker mode and just like slays a bunch of bitches. And I think that's going to be sick. Like, this anime looks really cool. I really love the art style. It kind of reminds me, there's like the boldness to like the outlines and the eyes.
Oh yeah, I like that. That's how every anime should be.
It just looks fucking cool. Yeah. Like, and
I mean, not exactly like this, but just like bold and bright and like thick lines. Thick.
Right. It's got an 8.36 on Mal right now. I mean, only 3-4 episodes. I think there's 4 episodes of it right now. But like, it's cool, dude. I really like the main character design. I like the pig guy with the pig face. Oh man, it's cool. I'm excited to see like some crazy. There's going to be 26 episodes, so it's going to go into next season. But coming from Dororo to this is like, it's pretty cool. It's like I'm watching constant demon samurai sword action.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say Dororo is a good comparison,
which is continuing this season too. But we'll talk about that in the review app. But yeah,
and that's the first recommendation on Mal too.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to Ufotable for dodging taxes to make this anime.
Oh yeah, we wrote down the show sheets. That's how they afforded it.
Yeah, I mentioned that on my newscast, and then Nick was like, "Wait, we got to write this down because it's funny."
When they're not stealing from charity and dodging taxes, Ufotable's making Demon Slayer.
Yeah, also the opening in ED is by Lisa. That's pretty fucking cool. It's
yeah, they did Sword Art Online.
It's nice to see her do something other than Sword Art Online. But, man, dude, like you said, that first battle, it's fucking cool. It's like, that's how you...
Oh, yeah, because well, I guess we don't want to spoil exactly what happens, but he does like a cool strategy when he's charging the ninja or samurai, really.
Yeah, and it's like
Because
that's how you
the
hook.
girl's attacking him. The demon girl's attacking him. She's trying to eat him.
Yeah. That's like how you hook a bitch first episode. That was a good first episode, I'll say.
Yeah, and it was really bloody, actually. I was kind of surprised.
It was definitely way more bloody than I expected it to be. Like,
yeah, when he discovered his family.
Looking at the design of like the characters and stuff, you don't think it's going to be that. I don't know. Sometimes like the way an anime looks on the cover, you don't think it's going to be a certain way, and then it ends up being a certain way, and it's like, oh, holy shit. Yeah, dog. Demon Slayer's cool. Definitely worth checking out. That's, like I said, all these animes are 3 to 4 episodes in, so like if we're telling you right now to check it out, that means fucking do it. God. Fucking do it right now, dog. Okay, here we go. Sorry, I had a moment. All right, number 3, Fruits Basket 2019.
Oh, let me get this. All right, Fruits Basket 2019.
Hit 'em.
This is Studio TMS Entertainment, based on a manga, the Fruits Basket manga of the early 2000s. I think it came out in the late 90s was when it first came out. I should probably know that. I'm a fruit noob, so I don't know all the stats. Let's see. Adaptation, Fruits Basket. Here we go.
98 to 2006.
Yeah, Fruits Basket. So this is like a famous shoujo, comedy, drama, romance type of show. A lot of people have it as like one of their favorites. I think it's Danny's favorite anime. Is that right?
It's definitely
Sounds
one of
right.
our favorites. Yeah, like it's.
I would
like,
guess number one.
We've talked about in Manga Book Club that like how it's one of our favorites, along with.
And I always thought it was just kind of like another run-of-the-mill, rom-com shoujo show, right? Because I'm like, oh, Fruits Basket, that sounds pretty light. And to be fair, these first 3 episodes kind of were a little bit light, and apparently the story gets a lot heavier and more like thematically rich the longer it goes, especially in the manga, because apparently the original adaptation from like 2001 did not fully like cover everything.
Yeah,
so
like the
they're
manga
giving it
kept
the Brotherhood
going.
treatment or something.
Mm-hmm.
So the 2019 version is airing now, and it does look really good. You don't have those bug-eyed character designs, the bug-eyed like digipaint weirdness from the early 2000s.
Yeah, you can tell like in certain scenes they like tried to keep the style but just update it so it looked nicer. Like so the characters are taller. And like cuz I Google image search, like I just typed in Fruits Basket comparison. And like dude, it's so much better. Like it's just
mostly Toru. She looks like an insect in the first one. Like the guys look relatively normal, but
if you just Google that, like you can see like the characters have like longer arms in some like positions and shit.
Oh, like clamp style.
Weird. Yeah. It just like looks weird.
Yeah,
worse than clamp style. Clamp style is actually like kind of cute in a way, but like I don't know.
Code Geass, where you have three characters hanging from the side of a building, and they're almost touching the ground because they're so lanky.
Almost touching the ground.
Dude, Code Geass is fucking classic.
If you were into
Fruits Basket.
If you're into shoujo, like
this is like one of the top shoujos, right? I mean, it's like up there with Sailor Moon and everything, right?
It's pretty up there. I'm maybe not by Sailor Moon. I would.
I mean, it's not a magical girl, but it's close enough. It's kind of like the Anime News Network likes to compare it to Evangelion, but like Evangelion for girls, because it's kind of like a formative type of experience, or like people learning about themselves, but in a way that girls tend to enjoy it more. If that makes sense. I don't know. I'm just kind of reading off of what they said.
Paraphrasing, yeah. No, like
paraphrasing.
If you were into shoujo like I was and Danny was, like back in junior high, like if you were our age, like okay, back when Tokyo Pop really took over the manga scene, like in the early 2000s, mid 2000s, Fruits Basket was like the shoujo, was like the go-to shoujo that you went to read shoujo. Like in the anime came out, and I don't remember how it came out. Like when did the original came out in 2003, right?
2001.
2001, yeah. And I remember borrowing the DVDs from my friend and watching. I binged it like in a weekend. And it was cool, man. Like the way the characters grow is the best part. And learning more and more about like the Soma family secret and all that stuff. And Toru learning about him, and the Zodiac and the cat. And whenever she hugs
so
them,
maybe
they turn into the
you
animals.
should give like the basic elevator pitch. Like, what is Fruits Basket?
So Fruits Basket is about this girl named Toru Honda, and like she lives in a tent currently because she was living with her grandpa after her parents died, and her grandpa was going to move away to live with some of his other kids because his house was going to get renovated, but he couldn't take Toru with her, and she didn't want to change schools, so she just like was like, oh, I'll be fine, I'll go live on my own because I have a job. She has like a part-time job. She ends up moving into like a tent on some land, not realizing that she actually lives on Soma family land on their property. And she discovers like their house on the way to school one day, and realizes that her very cute prince, handsome classmate Yuki Soma lives there. And he discovers that she's living in a tent, and they're like, yeah, this is not okay. You can't live in a tent. Just stay here until, your grandpa's renovations are done and all that stuff. And then she realizes, like, the next day when she's got her room and stuff in the house, that she accidentally hugs
Sam, I said elevator pitch. Jesus Christ.
Sorry. I don't know how else. This is like
I was play-by-play.
I was getting to the end, and then you yelled.
All
at
right,
me.
give it 20 more minutes.
Give it 20 more minutes. No, but then like later she accidentally hugs Kyou, and he turns into one of the zodiac deities, or well, the 13th one, which is a cat. And each Soma family member has this thing called the Soma family curse, where if they're hugged by the opposite gender, they turn into their zodiac animal. So like the Chinese zodiac, so like cow, dragon, snake, and then the 13th cat. But yeah, it's kind of like a slice of life in a way. No, there's like a plot like that progresses, but every day is like a new discovery about the Soma family members. And Toru's like this just really compassionate, bubbly person, so she's always like, she's learning like about their problems, and she's just like, oh, but why don't you just do it this way and just be nice? And it's like, oh, okay. Like that's a very oversimplified.
So she's nosy.
Oh yeah,
interesting.
Eavesdropping. Sorry, I didn't mean to give like a whole summary of every episode there, but like no, that's how the show progresses, and then every episode you're kind of meeting a new Soma family member, so it's. And then they meet Toru, and they're like, oh, wow, Toru's actually a badass. Like, she's fucking cute as fuck, and she's nice, and she knows how to cook like a boss, So that's another reason why they love having her live there, because she knows how to cook, and they're all guys, and they don't know how to cook, Or at least the people the Somas who live in that house are all guys, and they don't know how to cook and shit. So, I don't know, it's just really cute. Like, it's going to get, like, at first it kind of starts off as your kind of basic romance anime with the hook, and that hook being the zodiac curse. But like, as it goes on, the overarching plot, like you start learning more about the family curse and the strict rules in the family and things like that. Like when Toru figures out that they have the curse, they have to like go report it to the family head and stuff, and it's like all serious. But yeah, later you find out some more shit. Like without spoiling, you find out some more shit about Kyou and other people and shit. It's good. It is really good. Like, it gets better. Like, if the people who are fans of Fruits Basket are going to be fans of the new one. I like it already way better than the original, just because of the updated style and animation alone. Shout out to TMS Entertainment. Shout out.
Yeah, the modern style is definitely a boon. I agree. The thing is, like, I don't know anything about Fruits Basket. Froob noob, as I said. But I've enjoyed the first few episodes, especially I think episode 3, where she started to like, what's the word, like empathize and help out one of the Soma house members. I forgot his name, which one she was helping out. It was the angry guy, right? Where she was kind of talking metaphorically like, oh, you have a plum on your back. Like we can't. Yeah, Kyou. It's like we can't. I don't remember exactly how she said it, but because it's been a while since I watched that episode. But she was comparing it to like something that you can't. Oh no, she was comparing it to one of those
rice balls.
Rice balls, right? Yeah, it's a rice ball.
They're making rice balls for their school festival.
And there's like a good aspect of each person that they can't see because it's on their back. Yeah. And she was kind of telling him that. He's like, oh, you might not be able to see this, but this is what's good about you, that type of thing. I was like, oh, wow, they're already getting into it a little bit.
Like, yeah, because Kyou's kind of like a tsundere, he's kind of like got rough edges. But then later...
and the way they handled that and acted it out was really good. It kind of reminded me of Aria a little bit, although Aria is a lot more saccharine and like overly sweet that compared to Fruits Basket. So, the English voice actors did a great job here too. I watched it in the dub, and Laura Bailey does Toru. Great job there. So,
yeah, she does Toru in the original too.
Yeah, they brought back a lot of returning cast members, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
both Japanese and English,
which is pretty dope.
Unlike a certain anime that's coming out in June, they brought back the original cast.
All right, Nick, calm down. It's gonna be okay, dude.
God damn.
Just calm down.
What the fuck? All right. Anyway.
What the fuck? All right.
Yeah, it's enjoyable.
Yeah.
It's a simul dub. So I mean, if you're not sure, just check out the dub. You know, if you watch the sub, watch the sub.
And before anyone asks, no, you do not need to see the original. Just go ahead and watch it because it's just a
Yeah, it's the Brotherhood treatment. You can just watch the new one, or Hunter x Hunter. You can watch the new one. Although there's a lot to be said for watching the old one. So like, if you enjoy it, then go back and watch the old one. I would recommend that.
Oh sure, yeah.
That's true for Hunter x Hunter and Full Metal Alchemist. Like the old ones are still worth checking out. So anyway,
catch the difference.
Off topic,
yeah. But all right,
yeah,
number 4.
I enjoyed it. I like how sweet Toru is.
Yeah, dude, and she looks way better. It's like a little easier to watch now because like the original one's a little dated because of the style. Anyway, I could go on about the bug-eyed people forever. But number 4, here we go.
Taking a big step down.
Kenja
After
No Mago,
the all-time
Magi's
classic
grandson.
Fruits Basket. We get the all-time forget about this show in 5 minutes.
Kenja No Mago, Magi's
Philosopher's
grandson.
grandson or Magi's grandson.
The Magi.
By Studio Silverlink. Action, comedy, magic, fantasy. It's kind of one of those school battle shows, somewhat similar to Asterix War, but not as bad. Like, it's actually like pretty reasonable, and this one's also simul-dubbed. I watched this one as a dub as well. It's basically, oh god, is this an isekai too?
Yeah, because I mean, well, kinda. He's reborn into another world, dies in an accident, reborn into another world as a baby.
Okay, so that's isekai.
yeah. Raised by Merlin Wolford.
Yeah, it's a boy who's raised by a wizard who learns from him and trains, and then he's sent to an academy, and that's like the first 3 episodes, basically.
Yeah.
But it has like a healthy dose of comedy in there that they chuck that in there. I don't have a lot to say about this one. I watched this one early on and I kind of blazed through it because I was like multitasking. Do you have any like immediate thoughts for this one?
No, I don't know, Nick.
I think this one's 26 ep.
Yeah, it's gonna be 12.
12. Why does it? Which one is? There's another one that's gonna be 26. Anyway,
Nick, I just don't care.
It's like inoffensive show. It's fine. If you want another battle fantasy school show, check it out. You could do a lot worse.
Oh, you're my classmate and we go to the school where we learn how to break stuff? Let's fight.
There's an angry guy who's really angry all the time. We got to battle him.
It's like an Irish bar fight. You're from one town over, so I hate your guts. So you just start swinging.
I was thinking of Demon Slayer. That's the one.
You start swinging on McFinnerty next door. And it's like, okay.
I always think of a lot of Train Spotting, where the guy throws an empty beer mug like over the railing, and it hits a woman in the face, and she starts screaming, and he's like, "We're not leaving here until we find out who Gloucester." And he's the one who did it. Like he's just god, fucking Train Spotting, man.
Dude, I remember they made a second one like a year ago. I never watched it, but
I don't know.
Probably was just like nostalgia cash grab. But like, yeah, Trainspotting is good. Anyway, no,
Kenja No Mago. It's okay. The dub is actually not that great because the grandma sounds like she's 30.
So
it's like, what's going on? Like,
you did it smart and watched the dub. I was watching the sub for all these because
I'm sure the sub sounds a lot better though. So there's that.
The character design is, lackluster. It's
it's just average across the board. Like that's they're school battling. It has a couple of moments that are like, that was pretty good. But I got shit to do.
Right.
So,
yeah. I'd rather waste my time watching,
You got the
This
blue-haired
month's-
girl, the red-haired girl, both vying for his attention.
The blonde-haired pretty boy guy with a nice suit or academy
Yeah.
outfit.
We all know where this is going, you know.
I'd rather be watching this month's, Spotlight or watching Hunter x Hunter. I want to start watching Hunter x Hunter, Like,
And if you want a similar school battle show that's better, just check out Chivalry of a Failed Knight, which we covered when we first started the podcast. I know we kind of gave that one crap when we did, but looking back on it, it definitely had a lot of better moments, and especially the ending was pretty cool. As much as I hated how the guide. Anyway, I won't get into that one, but that shows a decent example, right? All right, there you go. Otherwise, just watch like My Hero Academia. That's like a million times better. But so yeah, that was Kenja No Mago, and now we have BokuBen. We Never Learn. Bokutachi wa Benkyu no Dekinai, and this is based on a manga, Studio Silver and Arvo Animation. It is a harem.
Okay,
That's
wait,
the first genre.
Stop for a second. What's Arvo Animation?
I have no fucking clue. Maybe they helped out.
Oh, okay. Like they only got 2 things on their resume.
I think they're like a new studio who's just started to help out. If they're listed second, that means they're not like the primary one, I think.
Silver's only got 2 and Arvo's only got 2. So it's like,
I mean, this doesn't look that bad for a new studio. Looks okay.
it didn't. It didn't look that bad.
Really
The
just
art
depends
style-
on who's
style's
animating
nice.
it. Who are the staff? Directed by Yoshiaki Yosaki, who did a bunch of old stuff. Whoa.
Mm. Anyway, sorry, I cut you off. Give us a breakdown.
This is it's kind of like the quintessential quintuplets from the other season, except there's only 2 girls. There's a male tutor trying to help out these 2 girls who are ditzy, but they're geniuses at the same time. they're like, I'm really good at math, but I don't understand feelings.
Yeah.
And then the other one's the opposite. It's just like, okay, I could see where this is going. It's got the sitcom elements there. This one actually wasn't terrible either. It was kind of I would say on a similar level to the Kenja No Mago. They're just kind of like a really middle of the road show that's gonna be forgotten unless some crazy shit happens.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, there's like hijinks ensue. He's trying to teach them, and they're brushing their boobs against him, and there's a few, little quirky, funny moments here and there, like where I think they're at the swimming pool at one point, and yeah, it's okay. It's a harem. It's fine, but nothing, it's pretty middle of the road, middling.
I'm getting more and more into that idea that a middle of the road anime is worse than a bad anime. Like how
I told you that years ago.
I know, and I'm like, I think about it more and more. And I'm thinking about it more and more with spring season so far, because it's just like the last one we talked about, and then this one, and some other romance ones we got on the docket. It's just like
the tyranny of mediocrity. That doesn't make sense, but though, like on the AWO podcast, Daryl Surratt, he said it really well. He's like, the worst anime is the anime that completely fails to entertain in either genuine or ironic sense. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Dude.
Lance and Masks is better than BokuBen. Because you can remember it. Mad Bull 34 is better, despite being bad. Garzy's win.
And I'll save it for when we do our
Mars
second
of Destruction.
I'll save it for when we do our second first impressions.
Pupa.
But yeah, okay. Anyways, go ahead. God damn, just fucking go ahead.
Sam's favorite anime.
Shut up. You're a bitch.
Okay, yeah, that show. It's one of those. It's middle of the road show. Next we have Meddlesome Kitsune Senko-San, and this, I thought this was a short. It probably should have been a short, based on the content. This is basically the everyday life of a salaryman who is working for a, I think what they call them is a black company. It's like where the Japanese people don't want to work for them because they make you work too hard.
Yeah,
and black,
he's like a
sense
coder.
Of like profit, but black in the sense of like it's like a blacklist, like you don't want to be there.
Yeah,
and he is visited by a fox spirit, Senko-san, an 800-year-old lolly, and she cooks and cleans for him and welcomes him home, and she kind of makes it feel like you're the main protagonist because at the end of every episode there's a first-person perspective, and she's like, "Want me to clean your ears? Just relax."
Yeah.
She's like blowing on the screen. Oh, that was the funniest part. And the salaryman, he's trying to touch her tail and all that, and it's just he's got a neighbor who's a little nosy, and she chats with them. I assume there's going to be another Fox girl later. Hasn't been introduced yet, but according to the cover art, that's what's going to happen. This looks like a standard rom-com. That's it. Supernatural.
It kind of reminded me of in terms of their relationship, Kotaro and Senko-san, the
Spice and Wolf, right?
Just shut up. No, it kind of reminded me of Dragon Maid, with the circumstances are different. Because
yeah, but 10 steps down from that.
10 steps down from and it kind of reminded me of the circumstance. Kind of reminded me of Oh My Goddess, like Belle Dandy.
Oh yeah,
gets, summoned.
I mean, it's been done a million times. Like even in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah,
this is tale as old as time.
But it just. I do really like the animation, and I do like the art style and the character design a lot. The animations...
I don't like her hair. I like her tail, but not her hair.
Yeah,
it looks like CG and fucking weird to me.
I don't like the short hair, foxy-eared...
Like, you know what I'm saying? Her
design.
hair looks like a Lego.
It looks like they definitely... You can tell it's definitely, there's
it's
digital
like CG
effects
or something, yeah.
Paint for the fill-in. But it was really cute, and I think her voice is really cute. Her voice actress also does the opening and the ED. So, this
one has a dub as well. The dub is okay.
I would say that the Studio Doga Kobo, shout out. But,
Doga Kobo, the Slice of Life studio.
The Slice of Life studio.
Well, that's Silverlink, too. Same thing.
I just kind of the one thing that caught me is because I was watching it, and I'm like, okay, what's going to set this aside from Oh My Goddess and Dragon Maid, and I did kind of like that there was, because there's a moment in the first episode where she says, I'm indebted to your family, us, the Kitsune gods are indebted to your family. And then he had a flashback when he was laying on her lap of when he was a kid and got lost in the forest, and then there was this foxy-eared silhouette of a person going, oh, over here, your grandma's over here. And then he finds his grandma and is like, oh, because he got lost in the forest. And when you get lost as a kid, you're scared as fuck, And then it's like, okay, so they kind of alluded to maybe a past connection. Maybe that might be the pinnacle of the show, But I don't know. It's got a 7.72 on Mal.
That's just very slightly above average. I think it's because of the meme. It's like the 800-year-old lolly. Everyone's enamored with that.
Yeah, the cop out. It's like a lolly, but no, it's okay because she's 800.
Well, that's literally what the guy's saying. It's like she's 800. She's 800.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's pretty funny. I don't know. But what am I watching here? What am I really getting out of this? Just watch Dragon Maid, like you said, or a classic.
Nick writes a letter to Doga Kobo. What am I, bupkis? What are you serving me? Bunch of hooey. I don't know. It's really cute. The voice actress is cute, but I don't know, man. There's a lot of average happening so far, as you can tell. But that was number 6. All right, Meddlesome Kitsune Senko-San. So
all right,
these last two, as Nick said earlier, were short. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, these were shorts, so we didn't realize that, but that's fine. We still would have picked them, I think. We have Minaria Naochan Wabenkyu ga Dekinai, and this is Aochan Can't Study. Apparently, Dekinai means study. I just learned that right now, because the other show had that word in there. See, Nick can learn. But yeah, Aochan Can't Study.
Next podcast app, Nick can learn stuff. Here we go.
My little Nick can't possibly be this cute.
Oh, God. Shout out.
I have a little bit of a cold, so it's hard for me to emote. But yeah, Aochan Can't Study. This one's a little funny. There's a girl whose father is a best-selling erotic author, arrow manga sensei, if you will, and he's like a baby-sized old man. I thought it was literally a baby. I'm like, is this Akun Babysitters? And he's constantly influencing her with lewd thoughts, because that's how she was raised, and she's trying to she's trying to get into an elite university and, have like the school romance type of life, and it's just a comedy type show. I mean, that's basically the gist of it. There's not like anything super complicated with it. It's a rom-com. It's a comedy ecchi.
I think it's really dumb.
This one is also by Studio Silverlink. The animation here isn't that great. It always weirds me out when like they draw girls or people, whatever, like kind of bent over, and like the character model looks blocky. Like her legs looked blocky when she was bent over. I don't know.
I kind of see what you mean. Yeah.
That's just kind of an animation nitpick, but yeah, like the best part is the dad. Like he's hilarious. He's like floating around like an oni, like the freaking demon from Berserk. You know what I'm talking about? The smiling guy. That's kind of what he reminds me of. Yeah, the show's okay. It's a rom-com. There's like a funny moment where she's hiding in the closet from her from the guy she likes, and he's like reaching in trying to grab a towel, and he's like squeezing her thigh, and she's trying not to yell. That's pretty funny, but just typical. The good thing about it is it's 12 minutes. It doesn't outstay its welcome. That's the good part. They learned from Senko-san. That show should have been 12 minutes, but that doesn't make sense. They didn't learn from Senko-san, but Senko-san could take a thing from this.
You know what Nick means? Get out of here.
Yeah. Get off my almonds.
Get off my almonds. Get out of my Cocoa Puffs, you little son of a bitch. Yeah, no, I don't know, man. This sounds so dumb. I just don't. It's like it's another pervy anime about a dad looting her daughters. Like, that's creepy. You're creepy, man. Like,
it's just generic. It's been done before. I mean, it's like the same formula. School girl awkwardly tries to get romance. Insert arrow manga father. There you go.
Arrow manga father.
It's fine.
Oh, Chan
probably
can't
a show
study.
that I'll be dropping, but
more like Sam can't watch. How about that?
Good one.
Good one, dude.
All right, so the last show we're going to be covering today is the actually surprisingly good show. It's another short 12-minute episodes, Senryu Shoujo, or Senryu Girl, and it's like a much better version of that, where you have like the awkward girl. There's the main girl, Nanako Yukishiro. She is just like this regular high school girl, but she writes Senryu, which is like a type of haiku, to relay her thoughts, because when she tries to talk, the words jumble out and she fumbles and gets embarrassed. So she carries this little board around her with her all the time, and that's how she chats with people. And
right, so she ends up just not talking because of it.
It's actually surprisingly charming. Yeah, like the way they handle it, because she has a childhood friend, or not childhood friend, more like a high school friend, who's this mean-looking boy. Like, he's got the trope. It's like all the girls
delinquent.
Like the delinquent face. He has like the wrestling bitch face, basically, and it's kind of funny, like the way they handle all these rom-com moments. This show does it really well, and it's short episodes, which I like. I feel like if you're gonna have this genre of show, it's, in my opinion, better just to have a shorter episode. Because like you really need more of a plot to stretch it into 20 minutes. If it's just gag after gag, and then it overstays its welcome. But this is like the perfect length.
It's based on a 4-koma manga too, which I think is the route that.
Yeah, 4-koma is
the route better taken is do a short anime and not a full length, like 20-some minute one.
Yeah, and I wish more anime were like this. Like 12 minutes is a good length. She also has a friend who's she's like the club president. They're in a club where they do haiku, and so it's those three. It's the girl, the boy, and the other girl who likes to spy on them. She like puts on these glasses and like gets a mischievous grin every time. It's pretty funny. Amane is her name. And then there's a fourth girl, Koto, who's a childhood friend of the boy, Eiji, and she makes him call her like the big sister, even though they're not.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, there's just like a lot of funny little bits and gags in the show. They go to an amusement park. It's hilarious. Like the Eiji's scary face frightens the mascot of the park, and he starts licking his shoes because the mascot's like hugging everybody, and he gets scared of him. That was pretty funny. That's just one example, but yeah, the show is actually really cute the way it's handled, I think.
Yeah,
Good OP,
because the
good
character
ED.
design is really good. I really like the character design a lot. I like the school uniforms are red, like the black skirt. Like I don't know, it's I talk a lot of shit about high school settings and whatever, but I really like the way they're designed, and I like that her best friend, the delinquent Eiji Busujima, he always wears like a hoodie, like under.
Well, that's
his
how you know.
school
That's how you can
uniform.
identify him.
Yeah, that's how you
It's like
know.
his
Yeah,
character trait.
find the
This-
main character.
It's the same studio who brought us this is Studio Connect, who brought us such gems as Death March to a Parallel Rhapsody and Chaos Dragon. Oh my god. I think this is actually the best show that Connect has made. By far.
Yeah, I'm looking at their.
They have
thing
Strike
right
the Blood.
now.
I've heard of Strike the Blood. I haven't watched that one. But
I have not watched Strike the Blood.
Chaos Dragon was horrible. That was one of the worst shows of that year. But yeah, I mean, look, Senryu Shoujo, great little short. Everybody should check it out. I think this is one of them. This is one of the shows that I'm gonna finish this season.
Yeah, and even if you're not into it, you're not really wasting that much time. It's 12 minutes.
I mean, you're essentially watching six full length episodes at the end of the day.
right.
So yeah, maybe
You could
maybe
wait
save it for a
until
binge,
it's.
But
You could wait till it's done and then just watch.
although I kind of like watching this one weekly. Well, weekly might be a bit much. Maybe daily. Like wait till you have enough to binge it, like one a day. But yeah, pretty good show. This one I'll finish. So yeah, we came to the end of this section of our seasonal spring 2019 review. Next week we'll be covering. Let me find them here. The other 8 most popular shows. Basically, I think we may have like leapfrogged 1 or 2 based on it being like a sequel or whatever. But next week we're covering Isekai Quartet, Fairy Gone, Why the Hell Are You Here, Teacher, Carol and Tuesday, or Nickel and Tuesday if you're on the Discord. Hitori Bochi's Infinite Lifestyle, Shimetsu Toshi, Yuno, A Girl Who Chants Love, and Sarazanmai. So, Attack on Titan Season 3, I think we might just do at the end.
Yeah.
Because that one started later. I think that started like a week or 2 later.
Yeah, and Sarazanmai is the Ikuhara show.
Yeah, so that one's pretty exciting. And I was surprised how low on the list that was. So
yeah, I don't know.
I actually cut a show at the bottom to add that one in.
and again, like, if you listen to our Penguin Drum episode, we went in kind of deep into how Ikuhara does stuff and adds themes and all these other crazy things. So I don't know what he's doing with this show. I have not watched it yet.
I heard it has a lot of butt juice. It deals with
juice.
Apparently there's trans themes in there, Sam. So there you go. GG.
Shout out to bitches. Yeah. So do you want to do a?
Yeah, we'll do a little wrap up. So overview. What were your tops so far? Maybe we should save this for the next week.
Oh, I like that better.
Let's save the power rankings for next week. Favorite OP so far.
The reason why I put Fruits Basket again by Beverly. The reason why is because the original opening theme to Fruits Basket is a slow song, and it's not often where you hear a slow song for an opening theme for an anime, like a ballad almost kind of. And they did that again with this one. So it's
that is a little strange.
Yeah, I love it. It's way more catchier than the original, and I love all around. I love the new Fruits Basket. So I chose that for the OP.
And as for me, I chose the most obvious choice, Gurenge by Lisa, the Demon Slayer OP. That one was just like generically good. A lot of action, really good animation.
Good. Lisa's really fucking cool.
Sword Art Online sounding song.
And it was cool to hear her do something else for something else other than Sword Art.
Although if you put that song into an SAO opening, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference. But
you were just like, oh, okay,
it's good enough. It's Lisa. Lisa's good, so there you go.
Yeah, Lisa's cool. Yeah, she's cool.
Favorite ED so far?
I put the ending to Helpful Fox Senko, just because it's another one of those ones where the voice actress for Senko, the fox demon or god rather, she does the opening and ED. Well, with the opening, she does it with somebody else, but the ED she does by herself, and the animation to it is just her curled up on a pillow with the credits rolling, and it's just really cute. But her voice is really cute. I think her Japanese voice is really cute. So, and it was a really cute song. This is one of the few times where I enjoyed it a little bit more than the opening.
Where you like the song better than the show? There's a few shows like
Mediocrity.
that. Like, God, what was that show? Kokoku from that one season had like the best fucking OP I've ever heard, and then the show was just like, meh.
Nick for like 3 weeks was like, listen, the opening to Kokoku.
That was the best opening of that year. Like, it was, but the show was like number 100 of the year. Okay, my favorite ED was from Senryuu Shoujo, Ordinary Love by Rikako Aida. And this one, it's just like a nice, calming ED. Kind of like the Fruits Basket OP, except this one's the ED. Yeah, there you go.
I never heard of Rikako Aida till today, but yeah, that's a catchy song. I like it. Put that on my anime playlist right quick. Put all these on your anime playlist. Do it right now. Listen.
Yeah, Senryu Shoujo makes me want to rewatch Ayura.
Here's the problem. Is that every week, me and Nick and Danny, and sometimes Koka, and sometimes other bitches, we come on here and we tell you to do stuff in the anime world, and you just don't do it. You know what? Fuck you, okay? Just fucking every week.
Yeah.
Just shit on our listeners.
If you want to support us, join us on Patreon.
do what we tell you and join us on our Patreon. Jesus Christ.
We really got to set up a Patreon. Let's just set it up. Let's do it. # planning on the podcast. We're going to set up a Patreon. We'll figure out the rewards later. All right? We're going to set it up, though.
Take a shot.
And by we, I mean Sam. And by Sam, I mean Koka.
And by Koka, I mean Sam again. And by Sam, I mean Smokey. I forgot that I hired him again. We have to make Smokey do stuff. All right, though. Check it out. Let me know what you guys think about... Actually, you know what? Maybe wait till you hear the second part of the first impressions for spring before you let us know what you're watching so far. I know a couple people out there like Sarazanmai right now. They like... I know Zayla like some of the cute shows like Senryu Shoujo and Senko. Helpful Fox Senko. So
everybody likes Isekai Quartet too. That's a really popular one.
Yeah, you know what? It's a goofy crossover, so I mean, people are gonna like it. I think, especially because Konosuba's in it too. Just like to see Subaru interact with.
I've heard good things about Hirobochi too. I've heard that's pretty good.
Hirobochi, dude. So
Hirobochi, I hardly even know her.
Neon Genesis Evangelion, I hardly know her.
God.
But anyway, let us know what you like so far, okay? Thanks for listening. I've been Sam. That's been Nick. This has been the Anime Summit Podcast.
God, Danny's going to be so salty that we didn't just like nut hug Fruits Basket for 20 minutes.
I nut hugged it.
We should have. It was 15 minutes, not 20, Sam. You should have padded 5 extra minutes. Danny's going to be upset with you. I'm a froob noob. I get a little leeway.